Hey guys, Jonah here. Feeling absolutely rotten with this cold that I have. It's not as bad as the one I had over Christmas, um, but it's a cold that's like my whole head just is in a haze, um, which is crazy. And what it means is I've forgotten to bring up the magazine for this beer that I'm going to do, and I really couldn't be bothered to go downstairs and get it again. But it's a Beer 52 beer um, from the Netherlands. It's Bavaria. Um, and it obviously says Holland, premium beer, 5%. I was going to say 50%. That would be cool. But basically, it's a lager beer. I read this first of all, and I thought Bavaria, and I thought, oh, Mandarina Bavaria, the hop. But apparently not. It's got hop extract in there. Natural mineral water as well. Doesn't say what it is, but from what I understand, it's well, on Beer 52 website it says a mix of UK and German hops. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Investigate some more on the can. I don't want to turn the can and shake the beer up too much. Here we go. Brewed and canned in Holland, interestingly, but then imported by SFB Pro, whoever they are, in Burton upon Trent, where the nice water comes from. So, I'm not sure. This could be imported lager. I mean, that really does bring me back to the 80s, believe it or not even the 90s, when imported lagers, wherever they came from, was a thing. And these days, obviously, German lagers, Belgium lagers, not so much Dutch lager, to be honest. I can think of a few, but this is not one of them. But yeah, an imported lager at 5%. This lager is probably the way things were in the 80s. I don't think it'll taste like that. Right, we got my glass back. Let's go for a pour. Now I'm looking for a crystal clear beer with no sediment. So I'm going to pour reasonably aggressively and get everything in there. Wow. Look at that. Absolutely clear as a bell, crystal clear beer. That is exactly what you want. Nice mellow carbonation. Headwise, we've got about half a finger. And that is the Bavaria. Boom. So yeah, we shall see what we get from this lager. My nose is dripping like a tap. And either my sense, see, cold it up, my sense of smell either has gone for a Burton or there's not much aroma, and either would be true. Yeah, I'd like to smell a nice malt or something like that. I'm doubting whether there's a huge amount of hops in here apart from the bittering hops. Um, but yeah, I'm expecting nice, crisp, clean. We shall see. Lagers are one of those beers. I've said it on this channel before. I'm not really a lager dude. I have drunk lager, obviously, type of beer, um, but I'm not a lager drinker first and foremost, shall we say. So, yeah, let's see what we get. Okay, first thing is that went down silky smooth, like ridiculously silky. Has it been filtered? Not sure, to be perfectly honest, but that is clean. Um, this is the kind of thing that maybe you would drink at a lager, you drink at a football match out of a plastic cup. Um, And at 5%, that's not too shabby either. As soon as you drink, you do get that carbonation, but it's not superbly carbonated. So you don't get that, what do you call it, carbonic sort of battery type acid thing on your tongue, which I get sometimes from the fizzier lagers. This is perfect. And it's been in the fridge for like a couple of days. So you would have thought that any carbon dioxide has been reabsorbed into the beer. Not the case. This is pretty spot on for a lager. And then there were some tastes, but they came through at the end. So I was getting a bit of maltiness, a little bit of biscuit. There was some bitterness there too. Let's see if I can pick that apart a bit. So yeah, the bitterness kicks in first. It's kind of a light green bitterness without pointing to any particular hops. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're looking at some noble hops here. I would be very surprised if there's any late additions. This is all about bittering hops. And the bittering level, like I said, is quite low. It's for a 5% beer, my God, it's super clean, super crisp. Goes down surprisingly well. And then there's that little bit of malt sweetness there. I was thinking, is there enough to call it a sort of biscuity, malty thing? But no, I don't think there is. So for those of you that want an extremely neutral beer, pardon me, there is some gas in there. Yeah, really neutral beer with no kind of this is definitely a hoppy beer, this is definitely a malty beer. This is a soft beer. There's no off flavors at all. There's nowhere to hide in this type of lager, especially. I would say this is a kind of pills, or what would be called a pills. It does not say anything, yeah, on the yeah. It just says imported premium beer. I mean, wow. Yeah, let's look at that again. See that imported Bavaria, so the German kind of hops from Sutherland, from Holland, 5%. These guys have been around. Looking at the can for quite a few years. But yeah, it doesn't say a huge amount there. Really, really good. For a lager, these are the ones that I quite like. I like a tiny bit more kind of creaminess. This one is a bit, for a 5% beer, it's a bit watery, which is weird. You would have thought it would have a bit more oomph to it, but no. I can see people in Holland. There are other places in the Netherlands, but Holland's the big area, drinking a lot of this because it's so easy to drink. And you probably get in trouble because you wouldn't know necessarily that it's 5%, but maybe that's just me. Oh, that's a super smooth lager. Personally, I like the Bohemian Pills style, which is a touch more creamy. Maybe they did mention that it was natural water, um, or mineral type water, aquifer water or whatever. So maybe that is what's making that so clean. How are we doing? Under 10 minutes. Fantastic. It's a Friday night. Um, yeah, dear viewer, why don't you go out this weekend and enjoy some beers? I think perhaps I'll be staying in, purely because I want to get rid of this cold, and I'm going back out to Camera HQ in St Albans. We haven't moved to Luton yet. Going to see where it all started for Camera, and finishing off my training. So hopefully by this time, well, no, by the end of next weekend, I'll be a camera trainer. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Drink some beer this weekend, like I said, and I'll come back with another Dutch beer review, and it's coming up real soon.